It's perhaps one of the sweetest sounds to emerge from Metter, Georgia, the music of Archie Jordan. He started making melodies with an accordion at a young age.
Before we left Metter, Elvis Presley hit the scene. And I said, you know what, accordion isn't going to work. And so I had to get me a guitar.
And he did, forming his first band, the Cobras, in the 7th grade.
What kind of food?
Later, legendary R&B group the Tams would give Jordan his first big music break.
A friend of mine from Aiken, he woke me up one Saturday morning. He said, Arch, he said, you got to get your guitar and amp and get down to the Rhythm House. So the Tams are auditioning guitar players.
The gig allowed him to rub shoulders with music industry insiders, leading to a job with a Nashville publishing company.
That first year or so, I wrote a lot of bad songs.
But eventually, a breakthrough.
He said, I'm at Ronnie Millsap's home, and he has worked up his own arrangement of your song.
It was almost like a song.
The tune, It Was Almost Like a Song, appeared in the Oscar-nominated movie The Bridges of Madison County. But like a country music song, tragedy erupted in Jordan's life. A chronic disease from his teenage years reappeared.
Then after about 5 years, the disease came back, and it came back with a vengeance. I was sick about 13 years. I was in and out of the hospital, you know, as many as 3 or 4 times a year, a month at a time. Wasn't unusual.
Eventually, Jordan underwent a surgery that helped eradicate the disease. But with no time to write or work, Jordan lost his possessions.
It was a hard time in my life, and you know, to go from living like we were living, you know, I had over $1 million financial statement when I was 30 years old, and had a house that was paid for, and had a beach house at Pawleys Island, and had to give it all up.
His wife filed for a divorce, and Jordan made a pilgrimage back to his roots. Eventually, Jordan left Nashville and came here to his hometown of Metter, Georgia. It's here that he says his career took a very different turn.
I went down to Georgia, and it was so peaceful. I lived in this, we called it the shack. It was a little tenant house on my grandfather's farm.
In the peace and simplicity of the country, Jordan says he was encouraged by a neighbor, famous in his own right, world-known evangelist Michael Guido.
And he became such a friend and encourager to me, because he knew what I'd just been through.
A relationship that would help tune Jordan's ears to the riches of his life, a home in Metter, a new wife that he loves, his music, his God.
You know, when we're on the mountaintop, you know, it's great, but we tend to listen better when we're in the valley.